guys, welcome back to Vitale Style. Today we are doing a review and demo on the Naked 3. Also today is going to be at the beginning, I guess this is like the first official episode of my Tried and True Thursday series, where I bring you tried and true, when I bring you reviews of a product that I have tried and it's true to me and I understand how it works, and I can give you my best, really the best information I can on the product in detail, because you know how I like to really play with a product over and over again to really give you the most detailed review I can. So since I had such an overwhelming amount of love on my last video when I asked you if you guys wanted this to be a weekly series, I figured I would do it, and I couldn't think of a better name for Tried and True Thursday. I feel like it just fits the bill. So today we're talking about the Naked 3. Also, everything I'm wearing will be listed down below, along with my lips and face makeup and everything like that, because I'm only showing you how to do the eyes, but I will list everything down below. I played around with this palette quite a bit since I've gotten it, and this was the look I was wearing in my last review, and I had everybody wanting for me to recreate it, so that's what I recreated today using this palette. So anyway, on with the demo, followed by the review. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyelid using MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and I am just going to give myself a nice blank canvas on my eyelids. From the Naked 3, I am going to be using an E55 brush from Sigma and going in with this color called Liar, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. I like to pat on the eyelid and then kind of just ever so lightly move it around a bit so you just don't have that much fallout. Using that same brush, I'm just going to flip it around. I'm going to go in with the color Mugshot, which is this one right over here. I'm going to just take that and I'm going to pat that on the outer third of my eye, making sure to kind of feather it in so it blends in with that Liar color a little bit better, so it's not such a sharp line in the right here. Going in with an E25 brush from Sigma in this color right here called Nooner. I'm going to dab it in there, tap out the excess, and I'm going to pop that into the crease, blending back and forth so that there are no sharp edges. And then I'm going to use the same brush and going in with the color Factory, which is this one right over here. Tap out the excess, and then I'm going to turn my brush sideways and then push that onto the outer corner of your eyelid and into the crease, and then just flip it over and blend, blend, blend. Using a big fluffy brush in this color called Limit. It's a matte color, creamyish color. I'm going to just buff out my edges. And then taking a brush similar to the E55, going in with Strange, and I'm going to highlight the brow bone. Going in with a small tapered brush. This is the E45 from Sigma, and I'm going in with Dark Side right over here. And I'm going to just run that very kind of right into the outer corner right there, just kind of into the crease to deepen it, but don't run it on the actual eyelid. I'm going back to that E25 with whatever's remaining on there and buffing out the edges. Then taking a pencil brush and Dark Side, I'm going to run that under the lower lash line. I'm kind of going to go all the way in because I want to smoke it out a little bit. And then just to soften, I'm going back in with Factory, right over the top of the Dark Side. Highlight your inner corner using Strange. Apply your wing liner, favorite mascara, and you're done. This is the finished look. Okay, now let's chat. This is what this beauty looks like, and I'm sure you've seen this a million bajillion times already, and as you probably already know, these all have like a rose gold, pink, slightly purple undertones. So pretty much all the shades you see here. I think this is an absolutely beautiful palette. There are two things I'm disappointed in. One is that there are no warm sort of crease shades, matte crease shades. Everything, the two shades that you could put in your crease for a little transition is Nooner and Limit, and both of them have a pinky purple undertone, which means it's not going to be the brown that personally I gravitate towards when I want a blending color in my crease. For example, the Naked one has Naked, and it has right here, and it has a Buck, which are my two of my favorite all-time crease colors, because the Naked is just perfect for a transition color, and the Buck is just a really great crease color in general, which is why for me this is a complete palette. This for me has all the colors that I would normally wear. I'm a real bronzy kind of girl when it comes to my eyes. This has all the colors I would wear. It's got the absolutely beautiful, beautiful pigmentation, and does not lack in quality of the shadows. Now, this is what the first one looks like. This is the second one, and I have to apologize because there's a color missing, which I will talk about in just a minute. The second one is up top, and the third one is right here. And there's my camera. There's a third one right here. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I really don't like the packaging, and this is why. Same packaging goes for the Naked 2 palette, and what happens is, you hear that heavy click? It somehow loosened up it completely broke my black shadow. I went to close it, and I saw that it was crumbling a little bit, and then I went to close it again. I closed it, opened it, I saw that it was crumbling, I went to close it again, and when I opened it, I had black shadow all over the place. I mean, it was just a mess, and I contribute that to the packaging because I noticed that every time I close this up, I would see a little bit of the crumbles fall out. So that's kind of something that I'm not a huge fan of, and this has the same packaging, which I don't love. Now, this is a beautiful palette for someone who loves those champagne-y, rose gold, slightly undertones of purple colors. This will be a palette for you. But what really lacks in this for me is if there's two shades, which I think are crucial in any palette to make it a complete palette. And honestly, some of these shades completely lack quality. I have to be honest. Now for me, the color Dust, Buzz, Trick, Factory are just not up to par, and I'll explain why. Dust, which is this color right here, it is just Fallout Central. I'm just going to do a really soft swatch, okay, and put it on my hand so you can see. Do you see the chunkiness? Do you see? I don't know if you can see all the fallout that's happening. When I put this on my eye, I have fallout and glitter all over the place, and for me, just grabbing a makeup wipe, for me, that's a little bit too chalky. It's the quality of a drugstore shadow. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I was very disappointed. Also, Buzz, which is this one right here. I mean, you can see it on my finger. I don't know if that's going to focus. Yeah, you can see it on my finger how choppy, like chalky and choppy that is, and you can see right there that it's just not. The colors are stunning. The color is absolutely beautiful, but there's just no, the quality of the shadow just isn't there. Trick, I was really disappointed in because it looks like a beautiful, beautiful gold color, but it just, like, what is that? I mean, I have to really dig in order for the color to really show up, which is frustrating. That's what the color looks like, but that's with like 4 swatches stacked on top of each other. So that's that, which I don't like. And Factory and Dark Side are also, I mean, just incredibly powdery. You can see that it kind of comes all the way to the bottom. There you can see, it just some fell out. And I find Dark Side to be the same. Not as much as Factory, but pretty chalky as well. So that's a big bummer for me, the fact that not all of these eyeshadows are as smooth and buttery as I've come to love and, you know, quite frankly expect from Urban Decay, because they have great shadows. But these just, I feel like, were not up to par with the rest of the shadows I own from this brand. So the point is, I am a bronzy gold lover of, you know, as far as my eyeshadow goes, this is a bit too pink for me. This is a bit too champagne-y, and it's incomplete. I couldn't just take, well, I could take this with me if I was traveling, but I wouldn't get the look I'm looking for, which is a bit more warm, a bit more with sort of the browns and whatnot. This is a little bit cooler for me. The blending shades are a little bit too cool, and I prefer the Naked 1, to be honest with you. Now, I don't love the Naked 2, and I never ever use the Naked 2, to be honest with you, because it's a little bit too cool toned, and I just am someone that really gravitates towards the warmer tones, which is why I love the Naked 1, followed up by the Naked 3, then the Naked 2. I think this is a beautiful palette if you are someone who really is into those really pretty sort of romantic looking colors, then you will really, really enjoy this. But if you're someone that typically stays away from these kinds of colors and these kinds of shades, and I'd say completely skip it if you're not going to use it anyway. So that is my thought on the Naked 3. It's not a must-have in my collection, and I have a lot of colors that are similar to this. I have a lot of MAC shadows that are similar to this, and it's not a palette I reach for very often, but it is a beautiful palette, and I am happy I have it in my collection, and I will be sharing some more tutorials using this palette. But is it a must-have for me? No. So if you're someone that really enjoys the Naked 1, which is very sort of bronzy and gold and warm and I don't know, just gorgeous, then I don't think that you will enjoy the Naked 3 as much as you think you might. I feel like I can't really get the kind of look I personally enjoy, because also you have to be careful with pink shadow, like with any kind of eyeshadow that's got a pink undertone to it, because it can make you look like you're sick. So I have to be careful with that when I'm using this palette, but it is a beautiful palette nonetheless. I am happy I have it in my collection, but it's not the end-all be-all of the Naked palettes. For me, the Naked 3, the Naked 1, it always takes the cake, but this is a beautiful palette. I just really dislike the packaging, the fact that there's no warm colors, no warm matte colors for your crease, and some of these just really lack in pigmentation. Now, I'm not going to do swatches because there's so many people out there who have done swatches. I kind of wanted to just give you my thoughts, and I wanted to swatch the colors that I just felt like weren't up to par with the rest of them. So that is my final thought. I hope that you found this helpful. If you have, let me know down below. Also, let me know what you think about Tried and True Thursday. I'm really excited to start the series with you, and I'm so happy that so many people wanted the series to start. So yeah, that is this week's Tried and True Thursday review. That rhymed, and I didn't mean for it, but how awesome am I? Let me know down below what you want to see next Thursday for a review and demo. I'm going to try and do a demo with every review I do, so that you can really see how the product applies and looks as you're putting it on and whatnot. So I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!